everybody. The Bible says that there is no other name given among men whereby we must be saved. And that name is Jesus. Can you shout Jesus in this place? What's his name? Come on, put those hands together with us. Hallelujah. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything, Father, Lord, and King. Jesus, 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 precious Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, Lord and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything. Giver, sweet Redeemer, Father, Lord, and King, mighty Savior, strong deliverer, Father, Lord, and King.
Hello, 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 hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, it is morning. It is morning this morning.
It is Tuesday morning. Hey, hello. Hello, it's your girl, Jamaica Tennille.
And I am Jonathan Johnson.
And we are here with Tour Talk Tuesdays. Once again, we have a great show lined up for you all today. Before we get started, I just wanted to remember, so last week we had our Black Lives Matter edition, and we'll continue to highlight different things from Black Lives Matter as our shows continue. And I remember I was supposed to tell you guys what happened to me at Target a couple of weeks ago, right when the protest started, and I completely forgot because our show was so packed last week. We were adding people and catching up from the week before and everything. So anyway, well, before that, though, I want to see, does John, do you have any announcements about Juneteenth or merch or anything like that?
I do have an announcement about Juneteenth. So for those that do not know what Juneteenth is actually the day that we as Black American citizens who were coming out of slavery found out officially that we were free from slavery. And it's a new thing to a lot of our race, predominantly. I think it was pretty much about 20% of our race even was informed about Juneteenth, but thanks to God, the past couple of years of research and things like that, Juneteenth has started to be celebrated massively. And so it is our Black American Independence Day. There is several events taking place, one in Jefferson Square here in Louisville, Kentucky. There is another event that is taking place at the waterfront. Myself and Daria Raymore, as well as a lot of the singers and things in the city, will be singing. We will be singing in choir form and putting on a concert there that starts at 6. We will sing at 6, but I think the event starts at 3:00. So there's music, artists, all of that taking place on Juneteenth in Louisville. And then also, if anybody is looking for any Black movement shirts, Juneteenth shirts, things like that, you can feel free to hit up my company's website, mergeapparel.online. It's not .com, but it's mergeapparel.online. And we have a lot of different shirts. Black Lives Matter, I Can't Breathe, None of Us Can Breathe. It's a lot of different slogans. And we even got, You About to Lose Your Job. You About to Lose Your Job. So check us out. That's mergeapparel.online. And that's all of my announcements, Jamaica.
I'm back. Hey. Okay, so I always got to shout out the small businesses that we support here in the local area. First of all, Merge Media, which is John John's brand. They do all kinds of graphics, all kinds of anything to do with graphics, anything to do with filming and photos, all that good stuff. They have like a company of different skilled technicians that do different things. So get with him if you have any event needs and things like that. And then we also have Styles by Stacy. He is a local stylist that does personal shopping. He'll take you out, fix you, or he'll just look in your closet and see what needs to go together that you probably couldn't even see with your own eye.
You got on earrings? You got on some of his earrings today?
I don't have on this earrings today because I'm long hair, don't care today. I was gonna
Okay. I see the part in the middle. Okay, come on.
But
Flat wrap.
Stacy does provide the earrings for the show, and typically I will show my earrings, but this week I'm not wearing them because I got the long hair today. So anyway, that's Style by Stacy, and then we have Anywhere Faith. That is a Christian apparel brand, which is owned and operated by Miss Stephanie Michelle Collins. And I'm actually wearing a shirt that you can find on their website. This shirt comes from the Spirit of Wisdom collection, which is actually my brand. And the one thing I like about Anywhere Faith, this shirt says, if you call it out, he'll cast it out. The thing I like about Anywhere Faith, not only do they have Christian apparel, but they also host other Christian brands. So if you have a apparel brand and you don't have a big following yet, but you want to get your styles out there or your designs out there, she already has a following. She'll host your brand. Very low fees. It's very appropriate for what they offer. So you can send people to their site and get a link to your actual item, and your people can support you through her site. You can build a bigger following by sharing her customers, and then when you can build and make a bigger site or have more merch for yourself, you can go ahead and move on to your own stuff. So again, that's Anywhere Faith by Stephanie Michelle Collins. We talked about Merge Media, and then of course my brand, the Sounds of Worship tour. This is what this tour talk is all about, trying to keep our fans engaged and talk about our different artists. Since COVID happened, we couldn't introduce ourselves and keep in touch with everybody because we had to stop touring. Anyway, so that's what we're doing here today. So also we have another young lady, Genova Mia.
Yeah.
Get this off here because hold on. Uh-oh. Okay, so I got to find her. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to find her commercial. So this is a hand sanitizer brand called Pure J, by a friend of mine. Her name is Genova Mia. Now, y'all know we have not been able to find hand sanitizer anywhere at all for a reasonable price since this whole this pandemic happened. So anyway, her brand is called Pure J. She has two sizes, $4 and $6, and they have fragrances to them. Pure J by JoJo. It's a moisturizing hand sanitizer. This all started because the shortage since COVID-19 began. I knew I needed to figure out how to create something that not only sanitizes, but also moisturizes and smells great. The price, the 3-ounce bottles are $5 and the 4-ounce bottles are $6. This is the 4-ounce bottle. I think that's a pretty reasonable size for what it costs for $6. Yeah. You can pay through Cash App, Apple Pay, and her email is harrington.devona@icloud.com. Social media, Chocolate SJO, Facebook, Devona Mia. I'll put all that stuff up later.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because it's a whole lot of letters. I'm not going to spell it all, but I'll put it up later. Again, hand sanitizer. If you are a small business, we don't have a lot of people watching us, but as time goes on, we will. If you're a small business and you have a product you want us to advertise, we are doing it for free right now. Email me, soultour@gmail.com. We will advertise your small business product or service. Okay. Now we have a special guest. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the Target thing. Target before I forget again. So John, the whole thing broke out with the pandemic and Black Lives Matter, and we were so just amazed at how the Caucasian population has been supporting us. And I was at Target, and maybe I'm thinking too deep. I don't know. You know how I am. I was minding my business, went to Target, had my kids with me, and so we're in line at Starbucks, and this lady just was like, just out of nowhere, oh my God, let me buy you something. Let me buy you and your kids something. And I'm just like, I couldn't even respond appropriately because she was so not aggressive, but adamant to get my attention and buy us something. She wanted to buy us something so bad. And I was like, well, you can buy my kids something. I'm fine, if you just have to. And it was a Caucasian lady. She had her mask on, social distance, everything. And she just was so happy to buy them something. And did they want something else to go with it and just over the top. And I didn't think at the time I was too taken aback by her gesture and how aggressive she was. Later on, I'm walking through the store and I'm like, oh my God, did she feel like she had to go out of her way to be super nice to us because of what's going on right now? And am I wrong for even thinking that she wasn't just being a nice person, or was she doing it because I'm Black, you know? And I get it. I get how some of them may feel. Buying us something is not going to put a Band-Aid on it. You don't have to go out buying us stuff. What you're doing, if you're out there protesting, if you're out there telling somebody else you know who is who's racist, who may not feel like they're racist, if you're giving them information, educating your friends, that's enough. You know, because you know, some of us who aren't as nice as me may have taken that a totally different way, just because you know, you can't buy back what you did to us, you know, something like that. And that's not the way we should approach them either. But I just was like totally like, oh my God, this woman just nearly knocked me down trying to be nice because of everything that's going on. And
it's crazy.
It's
like,
really
I had a similar experience. Now, I wasn't at Target. I was at Speedway. Me and my friend, we were at Speedway. And we were just stopping at the store. We were just getting a couple of little snacks and things like that. And the lady that was in front of me in the line, she was a white lady as well, or a Caucasian lady, older. And she was standing in front of us. She was at the cash register. And I think she was buying like some lottery tickets or something like that, but she couldn't quite figure it out. And so me and my friend was standing behind her. And the cashier said, okay, well, I can go ahead and get you all. Is this all that you want? And I was like, yes. So the Caucasian lady was like, oh, please let me pay for it. Please let me, you know, please, like, is this, are you sure this is all you want? And you know me, I was like, what do you mean? You know, like, is this all I want? No. What do you mean? So she was like, I just want to pay for it. I just want to do something nice.
You go back and get nothing else. You're so silly.
I went back and got me a Reese's and a bag of chips. Because, you know, I was balling on a budget. I was just getting me a little something, you know, a fountain drink is just something that. Is this all I want? Absolutely not. You want to be very nice? We're going to see the love of the Lord from you today. But no, I really appreciated it. And like you said, some people take it the wrong way, but I knew what the gesture was. The gesture was more so, I see you. You know, I see you.
Right.
You're here in front of me. This is the least that I could do. Because you got to think some people have just never acknowledged people of color.
Right.
Like we're just invisible to some people. So I appreciate the acts and the gestures of kindness and all of that from our Caucasian brothers and sisters, because I've kind of been, I think I made a post about it one day, that I've kind of been blind to the fact that there are people of the other race that do care about us, that do support us, that do love us, that do want to see us be successful. And so it was a learning experience for me. It made my day. I was happy, and I sure enough ate that Reese's. I got a king size Reese's food Jamaica. I got a king size.
You're so silly. Okay, so we've had our experiences. Thankfully, they weren't traumatic ones, but you know, they were significant because, you know, someone felt as if they had to do something to make up for something that they didn't personally do. And, you know, the whole point is they were making a gesture towards the right direction. Sometimes people don't understand that their gestures aren't necessarily, they're kind, they're gestures of kindness, but they aren't necessarily fixing the problem. And they're not understanding why, you know, it's not a matter of buying me something. But anyway, right now, before we bring on our special guest, I'm going to play these church announcements from Bishop Jamel Word. So give us just a moment.
Good afternoon and hallelujah. This is yours and God's favorite bishop, Bishop Jamel Word. I always did like the way that sounds. These Sounds of Worship Tour Talk Church announcements were brought to you by Bishop Jamel Word, sanctified, sanitized, Red Sea salt, anointing oil. You can put this stuff on anything. I'll be meeting with the worship dance team leaders immediately after church on Sunday. Now here at Bishop Jamel Word's church, I always did like the way that sound too. We believe in doing things out of the box, and we believe that we have to go out there and reach the youth in our communities. So I welcome the idea when you were gonna do a gospel version of Megan Stallion Savage. And while your word said that you're saved, sanctified, and peculiar, Praising all day what's happening. The dance moves still said bougie, ratchet, nasty, acting stupid. And you know what? I just want to know what's happening. What's happening? So I'm meeting right after church. This just in. The deacons will still be having their annual car wash to raise money for the building fund. Now, they seem to have made a few changes. They're asking this year that we're not going to wash cars in our normal places in an effort to keep the social distancing rules. So they're asking that you wash all the cars in your own driveways and use your own soap and your own water. And don't forget to send your offerings and the proceeds to the church. Thank you. Oh, well, there's another one. And the motherboard, they will be having their annual bake sale. Now they're doing things just a little different this time. What they're saying is that you just go ahead and do all your own baking and all your own eating. But don't forget to send the proceeds to Bishop Raymond Word's church. We're going to do our annual fish fry as well. That's always been my favorite, to see all of us come together and loving and hugging on one another. But this year, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to fry all your fish at home, eat all your fish at home. But don't you forget, yeah, you got it, send the proceeds to the Word Church. Well, family, I only have one more announcement for you. And this one is quite troubling. My prayer list has reached its capacity. Sister Emma Jean, your great auntie Emma Sue's trick hip, has been on my prayer list for 24 months. And Deacon Albert, your dog Patches, has a bad eye that I don't know if the eye has been cured or healed or if the dog's been delivered. And then every time I log on to my Facebook page, I have somebody sending me a message saying, Bishop Raymond Word. I always did like the way that sounds. Pray and don't ask any questions. I just have one question. Can I take you off my prayer list? Bishop and God will never leave you hanging. I'm going to send you out Bishop Raymond Word 31 1-minute prayer audio CD, a prayer for every occasion. Prayers like, increase my food stamps that I might increase my territory. Hide me from my baby mama's drama. Lord, help me put these kids to sleep without melatonin. I have the fish. Lord, can you provide the bread? And if you act now, I'll throw in a bottle of Bishop Raymond Word sanctified, sanitized, Red Sea salt anointing oil for free. Shipping and handling, of course. Well, I hate to leave you, but I gotta go. I just got word that someone is missing a toenail off their pinky toe, so I got to go in prayer. Well, for the Sound of Worship Tour Talk Church announcements, this has been Bishop Raymond Word, and I'm out.
Okay, we thank Bishop Word for those wonderful church announcements.
Bishop Word, honey. Bishop Word.
So our special guest, you know him personally. You know him better than I do. So
Yes,
on a personal level, rather. So I will let you introduce this young man.
Okay, so listen, guys, I am so excited. Me and this person has been friends for a very long time. I would say we've been friends for about 10 years. We've done some events together. We've had some different things that we've launched together, and I've watched him grow and learn and do and be and become so much more than what either one of us expected to come from his career. And God is still elevating him. He is an artist manager. He is a visionary. He is a well, I'll let him tell you more about what all he is, but he's just a really wonderful guy. And I think Jamaica, me and you met through us having an event, me having an event with him here.
Right.
He came and did an event called the Fuss Box.
Right.
For those who are pursuing careers in music industry and things like that. And he was just talking about the rights and the wrongs to do as an artist and ministry and an industry. And so he developed this connection, and I'm excited to bring on my great friend, Jamel Green. They call him the Headliner because he has his own agency, the Headliner Entertainment Agency, that he manages so many different artists. And I'll let him give the spiel about all the artists that he manages. But here he is, and let's welcome him.
Hey, Jamel.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, now see, no, I give up already. Nobody told you to come on here that fly. He's got to have a fedora.
First of all, if y'all would have saw me in this little backstage thing that y'all had me, I have been patting. I have been running back and forth. I have been trying to get it together. So this little grace period that y'all gave me. Thank you.
Thank you. Now you manage one of the funniest people out there on Instagram. Oh, you can't hear me? Wait. What about now? Can you hear me better?
John, you talk.
I'm talking.
Okay, I can hear you perfectly.
You can't hear me?
No, ma'am.
Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you. This is crazy.
The blood of Jesus. You're not going to mess up now.
The blood.
You're not going to mess up now.
You sure ain't. Hello?
Okay.
JeeMell?
Now,
I can hear you very vaguely. It's like you're far away now.
What?
Turn your camera up. Turn your microphone up.
I'm turning it up some more. I'll just speak up really loud.
Praise God. I'm just gonna stay here and smile because you look so nice.
John. Listen to John.
John might have to lead this.
We're gonna let John head this one up. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so JeeMell, you manage one of the funniest people in, I guess you could say, the gospel industry. Not Carlton Banks.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can you just tell us about how that started, where that began, and like what the goal is with that, and like how it all kind of came about?
Oh, man, I love telling the story. So, of course, me and Carlton, we are both Church of God in Christ, and so he had did a video at AIM the year of 2015. He did it while he was at the convention. And I like DM'd him, was like, my mommy wants to meet you, like on some normal, no one and stuff. We met, say, hey, that was it. In November that following year was Holy Convocation, and he had did another. You put me backstage. Okay, there we go. Okay, we had did a very popular video. Again, what he did, excuse me. And so people were surrounding him. It was at the Midnight Musical, and I was with another client of mine, Melanie Daniels, and we were walking because they were taking us to the Midnight Musical to seat us. And I saw him in a corner just being swarmed by people. He just did not know what to do, how to navigate, how to respond. And I literally said, hey, Carlton, they're ready to seat us. I literally didn't have a guy. I just said, they're ready to seat us. So you got to go with me so they can seat us well. He looked at me and it was just a great level of trust right then and there. And he was like, yes, I love y'all so much. I'm sorry. They pulling me away because they got to go see me. And I literally just got him away. I don't even think he was going to the musical, but I just got him back out of that corner. And I was able to have somebody maneuver him another way. Not saying like he's also like much, because he's not. He's very low key. But I just saw he was just getting overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. And then that following February, I think we like DM'd, and I was like, I want to present some stuff to you because I believe in your talent, believe in your craft. And because he had gained such a level of trust with me with the situation at Convocation, we've been inseparable. And that's really how it happened. I sent him a proposal. He accepted it. He honored it. He liked it. And we just went from there. That's really how it happened.
That is amazing. That is amazing. So you basically took the initiative and just pitched yourself as a manager, just covered them. That's great. That is amazing.
John, so I'm in the process of pitching myself to some clients that I think are way above what my reach is, but I'm gonna do it anyway because you got to throw yourself out there and either get a yes or a no. You can tell them, John.
Right. Did you hear what she said?
No, not at all. But I'm gonna smile right here and act like
that is horrible.
Such a great job. So you're gonna have to reiterate her questions.
I do not know what's going on right now.
The whole point was putting yourself out there. So
yeah, we were basically saying that it is good sometimes to put yourself out there, especially everything that we do in the industry, quote unquote, especially if we're trying to reach certain levels. You're taking risk, and you are jumping out there. It's a step of faith. If you want to be spiritual with it, or just want to just natural, you're taking chances, you're taking risks. Some are wins, some are loses, but
absolutely,
you have to jump out there and put yourself out there. So we're talking about taking risks and steps of faith in the industry. Tell us about the Headliner Agency. what made you want to manage artists? Because artists can be a lot to take on. So where did this come from and why?
So originally a lot of people, John, like you said, we've been knowing each other. But yeah, for I want to say about 12 years. I officially met you in 2008 when I was going to Kentucky State University. So so we have been knowing each other for about 12 years. So what people don't know is where I come from. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, and I was a background singer for Kiara Sheard. That is how I got my start in the industry. And once I began to continue to travel, I at the time didn't feel like I was being paid good. Not saying that Kiara wasn't paying me well. I was just saying I didn't feel like background singers at that time were making a substantial amount of money to live, you know. And there are some, my client Melody James Walker still lives well, also background money. So I'm just saying at the time for me in my market, it wasn't as, you know, far-fetched. But however, I did grow an interest in liking of who was representing her and who was traveling with her. So I began to ask her and Kiara the art of administration. Because I knew I wanted to transition from singing into serving, and that's how I look at management. So, and Kiara initially began to teach me about administration, negotiation, contracts, all of that stuff before I even birthed the Headliner agency. And in 2014, I literally had no clients. I had nothing. I came home to visit Kiara. I was living in Baltimore at the time, and I had set out a little vision. I set out a little some notes about, I want to represent some headliners. I want to represent, you know, And I just began to write everything in my iPad. And then I began to ask her for her blessing. So let's say that was a Monday. Let's say the following Monday was the Stella Awards. I asked my mom for some money. And I flew to Vegas. I made some fake business cards. No, it wasn't Vegas. It was Nashville. I'm sorry. I made some fake business cards. I stayed at an extended stay. Let me tell y'all the real story. I stayed at a good extended stay because I knew they had breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I knew they had breakfast, and I knew they was going. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have Uber then, so I had to Facebook some friends, and say who was going to be here. And I navigated rides accordingly. Like I was very smart, very strategic. And then I had access to the show because of my connection with Kiara. And I literally went down there and I said, hey, I'm a manager. And it just so happened, I was down there. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a manager. I got the hell out of it. She had no clients. And Kiara did an interview. It's just God's favor. She did an interview. And as she was wrapping up the interview, she literally said, and if you need representation, if you need manager, you need to hit Jamel Green. And all these people just began to start asking me questions and talking to me. And I didn't know much of nothing. I just know I wanted to operate in that field. Fast forward a few months later, I was favored to work with an artist named Dina Nicole, who I still represent here. And then I had begun to represent Kafia Rollerson of Sunday Best within that same year. So it was just, that's how it really transitioned. It was just my labor and service to Kiara for all of those years. I got a reward in something that she believed in for me. So it was like me serving my leader and my leader pouring back into me 360. That's really how it happened.
That's so amazing because you know what I gained from the story. Really, both of these stories that we've already asked you about, what I've gained from it is you have to do the work. Like you have to basically put yourself out there, go hard. You got to be hungry for it. If you don't really want it, you're not going to do everything. You're not going to put forth all the effort that you want. I remember a lot of people asking me about my Sunday Best experience and all of that. And I told them, listen, I scraped up every last coin that I could. I got on the road. I found out I had to be there for 3 days. So I spent the night at people's houses and slept in the car and, you know what I'm saying, did everything that I want because that's what I saw. So I appreciate your story because some people just think that, hey, things just magically happen. God just sprinkles down some fairy dust and all the doors open up for you and all the opportunity. I mean, even with Jamaica could tell us a lot about her experience with starting the Sounds of Worship tour. And all of this has been a step of faith. So I appreciate the transparency in your story about how you started and what all has become. because it is an amazing thing to know that somebody out there started from nothing and has gotten to the level of success that they have been. So that is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm just happy that it's so funny that you guys have connected because of the Fuss Box event I did. I think that was 2017, 2018. So I'm just grateful that something I did put some little pixie dust and connected y'all. I am so excited about that. That has really made my heart smile. Because, you know, the people who put on events, we don't never know how things will begin to manifest for people. So to hear that you guys have connected from that and that you guys are still connected, I am so excited to hear that. That is so dope.
I told Jamaica she stuck with me. She can't get rid of me, child.
Absolutely. I love her. She has such a sweet spirit.
My Travis, she can't get rid of me. So, JeeMell, another question.
Okay.
I want to know, what are your future endeavors with the Headliner Agency? Like, what is the goal? What do you foresee, like, for the Headliner Agency? Is it just artist management, or are you thinking bigger? Like, what are you doing?
So the ultimate goal, and what I want people to know is, I'm faithful to everything I put myself involved in. Hence, when I'm not the headliner, when I'm not on the road being Jamel Headliner Green and representing artists, I'm at my local church.
There you go.
I'm serving as a choir director at Great Emmanuel Institutional Church of God in Christ, where my leaders are Bishop J. Sheehan and my first lady is the incomparable Karen Clark Sheehan. Praise God. But I every time I find myself doing one thing, I find myself standing in the gap to do something else. And it's always like, it's kind of like a chain of something else is coming to the forefront. So I feel like I've done management well, and now my heart of directing the choir and assisting in my music department is finalized, and now I want to get into A&R. I'm really passionate about setting up catalogs and setting up repertoire for artists. I feel like a lot of artists can sing. I think a lot of artists are very gifted group of people, but I also feel like a lot of artists pick bad songs, especially the good singers. So the singers who can just sing anything, they are so quick to, because they can sing Mary Had a Little Lamb so greatly, that they let those producers play them those Mary Had a Little Lambs, and it's not authentic and it doesn't resonate with people. And so a lot of them get messed up. So my next plan, the future, I would love to operate in A&R, if not for my own label, to God be the glory, for a recording label. That is an ultimate dream of mine, to still keep the Headliner Agency, but I really have a desire to tap into more A&R, because I just want to assist these artists to pick hits. I am a hit picker. I can there's a song right now, you all, that John has in his back pocket. And if he puts it out, or if he lets me give it to somebody who will put it out, it will change his life, his family's life, my life. I mean, it is spectacular. So
you've been trying to get this song for years, JeeMell.
I just know good hits. I know good music, and I'm telling you. So that is the next thing. But right now, I have so many other projects with all my clients. Of course, I represent Jason Claiborne from Louisville, and I represent Dina from Detroit. I represent Melanie Daniels, and I represent Not Carlton Banks. My company has service Coco of SWV. We've serviced Sherry Jones Moffitt. We've serviced the legendary Jennifer Holliday. So, I mean, there's so much in the wind with all of them, because, of course, they're all kids, and they all need their daddy to help them and get them what they need to do. But the ultimate goal is, while I'm going through those things, I definitely want to present more of an A&R situation with these with my artists. So yeah,
absolutely.
That's really what I want to tap into.
So I'm praying for that A&R situation. I hope that happens for you, because I know that you're going to do great with that, because you do pick great music. The times you reached out to me, yes, you've had some great visions, and so I'm excited about that. Answer this question for us.
Okay.
How has the Headliner Agency been affected by the pandemic?
Oh, Jesus. Well,
tell us.
I'll go into two ways. Thank you, Jessica. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. That's all. Please forgive me. I know people be like, don't read the comments.
Read the comments.
Read the comments.
They appreciate it.
One side was, oh my God, all these gigs. Like Melanie, what people don't know is Melanie, we had so many important dates, one including the Houston Symphony Orchestra. So I want to let everyone know, for gospel artists, when we get invited to symphonies, when we get invited to the opera houses, it's because they have seen a great work. They've seen our work ethic. They've seen and they've heard of our punctuality. They're not just calling us just because today is Tuesday. They have a desire. They've studied the formula of a client. So that was a really big hit. And I will say this, the check was stupid. I mean, it was dumb. And she wasn't even singing no church hits. She was doing like a Nat King Cole tribute. Like it was a whole nother situation. So let's just say that was months and months of rents and car notes and insurance. Praise God. However, the Lord be praised. The Lord, but I will say that one of the gigs, we had some other stuff that we still end up unveiling with Carlton. He had a television show that we had to release in the middle of a pandemic. We were affected hard, but all of my clients, I will say, we needed the break. So I honor the Lord. While I understand that it was a difficult time for some people, I took it as a season of rest. All my clients are ripping, running, serving, jumping, doing this on this call, in this fitting, doing this interview, doing this situation, doing this gig. That we jump. And of course, I know we're all anxious to be out, but we never would have got this rest. We never would have taken 3 months to just rejuvenate our spirit and gather ourselves.
Listen.
So I take it as a blessing and a curse. While we may have missed some money, I haven't missed a meal. Praise God. While I have, what I'm saying, while one check may have left, all my clients are still living well. No one's been put out. Everybody's got, their life going on. So the Lord has still provided. But I take it as thank you, God, for the rest. And I think that was the biggest thing because all my clients serve at churches. Like none of my clients just chill. So even Carlton, when he at his local church, he in the sound booth. So I mean, what people don't know is all my clients serve at their local church and live in a way of an artist. So what I'm really grateful for is that we still serve. The Lord has still rained favored on us. And we are all rested. So we're already jumped back out there, of course. But I take it as thank you, God, for the rest because I have rested. And when I tell you I rested, it has affected me. But I also took it as thank you, God, for the opportunity to polish some stuff. And not all of our days are good days. Some of our days, I'll speak for me. There's been days where I made bad decisions in business that I've not been the most integral. Especially as Kiera said, in my freshman years. So what God has done is given me the time to polish myself. Get as Kiera always says, you get in the shower, you just wash all that misery away. You get in that shower and you wash all that pain away from the freshman mistakes. And you get on and you put on your clothes and you move on to the next day. And I feel like God has done that in these 3 months. Nobody should be jealous. Nobody should be envious. We not competing. We all in the same boat. Whether you Jay-Z, Beyonce, or a local artist of y'all, but you at home waiting on God to pour out the favor of you so that you can get out and operate your gift. So I think what it has taught us is to, while we may be affected monetarily, we've been rewarded in favor. We've been rewarded in health. We've been rewarded in wisdom. So, that's how I look at it.
You not preaching?
Uh-oh.
You ain't preaching?
I'm so sorry.
You are not preaching, no, but I do appreciate everything that you are saying because you're teaching a lot. There's a lot of little bullets, little bullet points that you're talking about. And I think for a lot of us, the rest part is so important. We go and go and go. I mean, I call myself Mr. Do-It-All. This is a little brand, right. And I'm so busy doing it all that I literally forget there's a Mr. in front of the do-it-all. So I have to take care of that Mr. myself. I think that during COVID was the first time that I've told anybody no.
Right.
Get back with me in 2 days. I'll talk to you about that next week. I'm not working today. I think this is the first time or the first season that I've ever done that. And everybody's not going to be happy, but I do thank you for sharing that and saying that because we need to understand that we're not machines. God, we're flesh and blood. And so we have to rest. We have to get that energy. We have to get that, fill that back up. So I appreciate all of that. And I got another question for you, JeeMell.
Sure.
what has been some of the alternatives that you've taken during the COVID? Because I know some of the answers. Like I know I saw one time at one point you were going like live and you were doing like Patti LaBelle versus
Yes.
I don't know, but you were using social media, still doing your thing, still keeping a presence, still remaining relevant, but it was an alternative.
So what I really decided to do, that's how I wanted people to see that I had an ear for catalogs.
Okay.
And it worked out in my favor because some other opportunities presented itself because of it, between labels asking me to help with some artist catalogs and stuff. So while people thought I was just acting like I was trying to be a DJ, no, I was strategically setting up music through timelines. So I know everybody's like, I want Fiji to go against Aquafina, but if Fiji's only been alive since 2001 and Aquafina's been alive since 1970, that's not a good comparison. So I always made sure that I would begin to do catalogs of music between the two people, and that we would begin to go back and forth and go through the timeline of their music. So I didn't just do gospel artists, I did R&B artists, and I did that so that people could be like, wow, JeeMell studies music. And so that was, hey, I can hear you now, praise God. That is what I desired to do, and I wanted to show people that was the next thing. That's how I wanted to tap into do it, and because I wanted people to not think like I was trying to be like party over here. I was trying to show them that I study this thing, I study this craft, I study this operation, not just for my own clients, but if you turn around and say, JeeMell, I will go through your Sunday Best catalog, I will go through your Facebook videos, I will go through everything and start lining up the music that you've done all these years, because that's my heart desire. And that could just be the choir director in me too, that just wants to do it. So that's how I was beginning to stay relevant. And some people was like, oh, JeeMell trying to be Mr. D Nice, and I was like, no, you guys, I'm trying to show people that I study music and that I'm good at this, I'm skilled at this. And that, so I began to do that. And then my clients, we got some lives popping. All of them are strategically living. You'll see it. Everybody is doing their own little oh hey, but it's all one system. But yeah, that's what I really decided to do to remain relevant, because I wanted people to see that I was a studier of the art. And so that was one of them. I didn't really tap into some other stuff that I wanted to do in the pandemic, but I think because I was taking advantage of the rest part, because I work. I don't know about a lot of other people, but I work. Like, I am literally on the work, and I don't say that to be haughty. I'm literally saying, if I'm gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and or Friday, and or sometimes Saturday, I'm flying back Sunday to be at church at 8:30. You know, I'll leave. Like, I remember one time Melanie had a situation. I literally had to go to New York, fly back to Detroit to do choir rehearsal, and flew back to New York. Like, I'm so faithful to whatever I put my hands in. So I was just like, I'm not about to kill myself. So I was really about the music. But I was like, I ain't about to be out here selling water, selling socks, selling chapstick. The Lord, He's still a provider. Thank God for it. And I'm for everybody who's doing it. It's just for me, I just couldn't take all that on, because I had felt like I had given so much of myself doing headliner agency. So I was taking it as, take chill and show people another side of you. So I wanted people to know that I was really involved in the music.
That is awesome. You're so knowledgeable.
Yes.
So smart. Got so much wisdom. Maybe it's the yellow hat. Maybe it's the brim today.
Oh, Jesus.
So I don't think you can hear me now.
Yes, Drake, I can hear you, girl.
Every show is something else with me. I swear. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Anyway, so I don't know if you saw my little comment I put up asking what services do you offer currently besides management?
Sure. So I specialize in artist development, artist management, strategic branding. I also have a side company that I work along with. His name is Deverick Jones. His brand is called Brand by Dev. He's like my right hand when it comes to creative, insight. We were just on the phone with no one knows, like from last night, from 2 to 5 this morning, just going over concepts, because my mind runs so quickly
Mm-hmm.
It runs like a bunny, like the Energizer Bunny. And I'm not a writer. So it's good that you set up a team that they know your strengths. So if you're going to be the talker, make sure that you have somebody that's going to catch all this knowledge and this stuff that's popping out of your brain. So those are the things. But definitely artist management, artist development, those are my strong strength, my focal points. And then strategic branding is something that I do as well. So it's just
So for the people that don't know the difference, explain the difference between artist
artist
management
management, and
and
I will
artist
say
development.
this. I hope I say this with a great level of respect to y'all audience. An artist manager is to produce and enhance and maintain the product, which is the artist, daily lives, routines, schedules, and product movement. It does not mean I'm supposed to go get your lotion. That is an assistant, and no disrespect to assistants. It just means that I am helping strengthen and strategize the brand or product of you. So that is an artist manager's job. Our artist developer's job is to develop you as a person so that when it's time to sell you as a product, that the people will receive you. So that's why the Maxine Powell's back in the day with Motown would do the etiquette classes, because it'll be a shame if Bishop Blake calls us to a national convention and you don't know how to sit on a platform, you don't know how to speak or acknowledge people when you walk to a mic, that you don't know that the wind of God just came in, and you don't know that your hit may not be relevant, that it's time to merge into a hymn right now.
Oh my God.
All of those things are big strong to me. I had a client in DC. I won't say her name just out of respect, but I mean, we would work every Wednesday and Friday. We work every Wednesday and Friday to jump and do artist development, like a boot camp. So I would make her run. I would make her holler. I would make her sit. I would make her stand. I would make her walk. All of that, so that when she walked in the room, she knew how to captivate the attention from a natural perspective, because we're natural before we're spiritual. So before the people think that you can bring the glory in, I had to make sure that she knew how to greet the people. So those are big strengths of mine, because I know what the people. I'm churchy, like I'm churchy, and I'm worldly too. But I'm churchy. So I've been in church a long time. I know how to greet the pastor. I know how to greet and I know we in this new modern Jesus that we just get up and let the Spirit of the Lord come in, and we don't acknowledge the pastor because, the Lord is here. And protocol has already been established. I get all of that. But I like to teach those fundamental values of being an artist, because you want the people to like you and respect you as an artist. So that's when the development kicks in. And the manager, if you need a manager, because not everybody needs a manager, some people just need an administrator. There's a difference. An administrator is someone who can keep up with the calendar and the requests of you, not necessarily helping move the brand of you, but just helping you stay in order. That is a whole other thing. And so that's why it confuses me sometimes that artists say, I need a manager. And I'm like, there's no demand, and not being disrespectful, but you have to have a demand established before you have representation. So you don't need just a manager. You need a demand established, whether it's singing, cooking, T-shirts, whatever it is. You need a brand established so that people can want to invite you. My job is to enhance you. I'm like makeup. I am makeup to you. So I can't make you a screamer. I can't make you a holler, but I can polish up the little hollering vocals that you got in you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That is the strength of me. So and strategic branding is just basically placing the order of operation of how we are going to navigate the product or produce the product of you. So that is, the layer. So I hope I answered that. I'm sorry. Y'all know I started just talking. I'll be talking.
Well, this is tour talk, so that's what we're here for.
I gotta toot my own horn real quick.
Okay.
Jonathan, can I not pick good guests?
You pick great guests.
Because he got something to talk about.
Thank you.
Love it.
And the thing is that so many of us, we have grown up or we have been programmed in our own way to think certain things operate a certain way. Certain things are placed a certain way. They need to be this way. And a lot of times we're totally wrong. I think one of the things that we need to learn, no matter whether you're an artist or a praise and worship leader or whatever you are trying to be, is that you have to be willing to be wrong. You have to be willing to grow and to change and to learn that things evolve. You have to learn how to adapt to new processes and new resources and
Correct.
and I think we get so set in what was. Oh, this is how I've always done it. I've always known it to be this way, and I don't need to do all of this, or I don't need to restructure, I don't need to And what I keep hearing from you is that you are adapting, you're learning, and you're building and evolving as things change. As time goes on, you're learning from what was, but what is, and becoming what you should be. So I think that that's very important for anybody that's tuning in. I think I've seen some of the comments, amazing artists, amazing singers, and things that are tuned in right now. If we keep in mind that we are to grow and evolve with time as things change. Like, for example, with the Sounds of Worship tour, I told Jamaica, I said, I don't know what we're going to do. COVID's going on. How are we going to figure this out?
Keep rolling.
But we adapted.
Yeah.
Like you said, we evolved with the times, figured out, okay, we're going to do this tour talk. We're going to do some live performances.
And I want to commend y'all. Listen, and I said this with a great level of respect. To have a platform and talk about tour talk, we have so many artists, local and national artists, who always want to have the idea or the essence to travel repetitively and consistently on the road. To have a platform like this to talk about the art of being knowledgeable of the road, to be knowledgeable of how to act on the road, to be knowledgeable of of how to be presentable while on the road, all of those things. No one is doing this. I don't care if you are the Queen Shebas of the industry to the low ball. I commend you all for taking an opportunity to take something that kind of probably knocked the wind out of y'all. Because I think y'all did y'all first show, and then y'all was about to really start moving the following week before COVID existed. So for you guys to do that, like for y'all to take this platform, I am so yay for y'all. Like no one has done that. No one has done that.
Being able to hear God's voice and listen and kind of just sit back and wait. I was like, what are we going to do? We got to keep people's attention. And I was just like, okay, we're going to tour talk something, and we'll get some guests. And I was fortunate to be able to get some really good guests who were available. Everybody's sitting at home chilling. I said, they can't tell me nothing.
And if they act like they booked, they lied. They ain't booked. We've already done our, your first tour take 1 day. It take 1 day. Don't act like you is out here rolling.
It was just amazing how quickly everybody responded. I said, oh my. It's good. It's good to talk to people and say hi to people, introduce yourself. You got to get out there and network. This is not me at all. And my mom will tell you I talk too much, but for real, I don't when I need to. And so it's amazing how God will move you and get you to do what needs to be done. Absolutely. So it's been a great journey.
Yeah, JeeMell, real quick. 3 artists, okay? 3 artists. I want you to scale them from 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 3 artists. We're talking about music catalog, artist development, presentation. The top 3 artists. It could be any genre. The top 3 artists that you would say would be the level or scale of artists, like a goal for artists to attain. Like we're trying to reach this type of. I know everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different, but you get what I'm saying.
I'm being strategic in that. So I'll go a route. So 3 artists, but I have to go like the third place, second place, and first place of the artist scale that I desire. Who has it all? I would say third place, and I'm being very respectful. Third place is Valerie Simpson. Let me tell y'all about Valerie Simpson. That's the wife of Nick Ashford.
Yeah.
You guys may know her from singing with Ashford and Simpson. But what I desire by her is that she's a woman of a certain age. She's still gracious. She's still pleasant. All her business is in order. Let me tell you something about business. I had a conversation with her one time, and I said, ma'am, how could you live off all of this money? She said, JeeMell, I could live off one of these Motown checks. I could live well off of one of these Motown checks. So I look at her, I would say she would be third place because she still is social. She still is relevant. She still can obtain the mic, and her business is in order. It's so like her business sense of knowing the scales of music, knowing the rhythm of music, all of that stuff to obtain our social presence. She still, when she walks in the Grammy, she still sits on that front row. Like all of that from a scene perspective, I say Valerie Simpson is number 3. Number 2 is Patty Austin. So a lot of people may not be familiar with Patty Austin. Baby, come to me. Baby, put your arms around me. It feels good to me. Patty Austin works well. Let me tell you, she's gracious. She's pretty. She knows that social media, you can't stop her. I put her and Melba Moore as a next because that Melba Moore, I don't care. I don't know the official age of Melba Moore, but I know Melba Moore is a substantial legend, and she keeps
Hey Siri, how old is Melba Moore?
She keeps a gig.
Melba Moore is 74 years old.
Woo! She keeps a gig.
She's 74.
74. She keeps a gig. She keeps her catalog in order. She keeps a show. And she is still in good voice. When I tell you the voice is astounding. Astounding. Like it still is at the peak of what it was. And she's 74. And she's singing all her songs in the same key. She ain't bringing, us new gospel singers. Every time you hear us on the live, it's, yeah.
We just lowered a half step every time.
Yeah. Every time we see you, sing it again, it's half step up. And then my number 1, I love the Art and Essence catalog presentation of Yolanda Adams. I am a big Yolanda Adams fan. Yolanda Adams she is just, I've never seen Yolanda Adams fail. And so what I appreciate is about her presentation, her hair is together, her legs are there. For her to be a tall woman, her legs are always greased. So it's like she pays attention. She know that we gonna look at her legs. So she come out with ashy legs. Her teeth is wonderful.
Her edges is always nice. Together.
She's nice. And there, it's like if she's not on the radio, she can sing the God Bless America. She can sing I got the victory. She can sing all this stuff. So I think those will be the scale set of what I always desire my artists. And I always try to make Melanie Daniels my Patty Austin. So that's why I said Patty Austin, because Melanie has had a career in background singing for over 30 years and is still living well. Ain't never done nothing else but sing. So, it can be done. So those are the levels. Those are the tier peaks of what I look at.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So can you give us, because I think we're about to wrap up soon, can you give those who have had some type of aspiration, whether it's to be an artist, a singer, a manager, an administrator, an assistant that goes and gets the lotion, whatever it may be, they're aspiring to do something in the industry. What is your level of advice, or what is your advice to them outside of researching and studying? Because first you have to study and research what it is that you want to do. But outside of that, can you give some advice on what to do?
So the first thing is, I just want everybody, whatever it is, whether you're a candle maker, an artist, an assistant, a manager, I want you to do the work. I really want you to do the work. Some may say, what is the work? Studying the art of the work is the first job. So a lot of people like me, before I could say I wanted to be a manager, I couldn't just go out and manage. I had to study the art of administration. I had to know the essence of how to negotiate. Like Kiera, what people don't know, I'll tell this joke. Kiera, at one point in time, she was taking her own dates. People do not know that. So she would answer the phone and she'd be like, hi, this is, and I won't say her name because sometimes she still uses it. So she was like, hi, this is such a, I would sit in the car with her. And she was like, I'm about to tell you how to negotiate. And she would tell, like, they would be like, oh, we only have, 25. Okay, well, I need 35 or 45, whatever number. I'm just throwing out numbers. And then she would learn how to find the medium when she would package in expenses, time, how long they wanted to, her imagery, all of that stuff. So I had to study that stuff. I had to study being around. And I'm not saying everybody will be gracious to be around your favorite top A-list artists. The Lord did favor me in a sense to have a relationship. But I will say there's somebody that you can study. There's someone in your community that you can learn from. There's a local quartet wonder who works well in your city. You need to go on and have a good conversation with them and see how they stay at, see how when somebody call their phone, how they take a date, how they accept it, how they email. So I would say you need to do the work. And I secondly would definitely say, go and do it. So the problem, I think we always are finding a way of, I'm not ready. I'm not established. I'm not saying you're just supposed to throw anything out there, but you will never know if you're really well enough or equipped enough to be in this business if you keep wishing and waiting on an opportunity. I'm not waiting on nobody.
Right.
I got to go out and do this thing. Like, and guess what? Like when I did my bus box, we didn't know how many people were going to show up. John, we didn't know I had never done anything in Louisville. You know, like the only person. And everyone. I'm sorry. Everyone knows that I'm live with you guys today, so I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Forgive me. But anyway, I'm so sorry.
I feel sorry for them because I know that you're going to release your wrath.
Just because everyone knows. But anyway, I definitely would say, like, I didn't know anybody in Louisville. Only person I have connection to is you and Jason Claiborne in Louisville. So when you begin to take those leaps of faith, whether it's 2 people or 52 people, you pour out, your wisdom, you pour out your knowledge, you pour out and you do the work. You let the people know I'm skilled at this. Now, don't just be putting out anything. Don't just be going to random cities talking about, I'm about to do a concert. You don't have an audience yet. So, I will tell these people one good thing, and I hope I'm being respectful. If you want to be a singer, before you get on anybody's stage, before you do anybody's work, let's get social. So if the people won't follow you or like you in their bed at home, they don't want to come see you sing.
I'm done. Bye.
Can you repeat that for the back?
I'm done.
Let's be social. And that doesn't mean be frivolous in your conversation online. That don't mean to just be throwing yourself at people, but that does mean that we all at home. We all sit at home, we chilling. I'm in my bedroom right now, have a good conversation with you. If the people don't like you enough while you're at home, while you've been pleasant, while you've been, nice, then we see your talent and we know that, oh, I remember the last time before the pandemic, you screamed real good at that Jurisdiction musical. I might want to book you. All those things go in the layer. But before you get out here and start asking for these $1,500 to $2,000 honorariums, you have no platform. Let's get social. Let's ask. Let's get on here. Let's invest in graphics.
Oh,
Let's invest in some graphics. Let's take some pictures. Your photographer, he'll put a mask on. Let's go take some pictures. Let's save us a good $50 to $100 and take some headshots. Let's pay a little extra to do some good editing. Let's do all of this work before we just come out and we just be like,
it's crazy.
I'm an artist. Because that's the problem, John. Everybody is an artist.
Listen.
They have not done the work.
I'm preaching this all the time. I'm not the special guest today. I'm gonna shut up.
So those are 2 things I want you to do the work and go and do the work. So after you've learned it, after you've studied it, after you've acquired all the information that's needed, then I want you to jump out, as Auntie Karen would say, launch into the deep and then go get it. Now, don't be silly. It's going to take a process. You got to grow. You got to enhance. You got to advance. But I would say if you don't do it, you won't know if you're skilled enough to do it. Now, that don't mean you go to the Grammys immediately.
Right.
You start from where you need to be at and continue to graduate. You graduate. Just like elementary school, middle school, and high school is matriculating. So you find that, as Kiara said, you find that freshman level, then there's a sophomore space that you got to be in. That doesn't mean sophomore album, because everybody think it's sophomore album.
You break it down.
Sophomore album.
Listen.
That doesn't mean sophomore album because we didn't buy your first record. So one of my good friends would say, just change the artwork and re-release it. That's one of my first things. Go change the artwork.
You better learn from Kimber Rell. Kimber Rell's gonna put Holy Ghost on every album until y'all.
Okay, see.
Can you don't disrespect her on this show?
There's no disrespect there. I'm serious.
And to take the pressure off him, I've represented Evelyn Turntine. Evelyn Turntine has re-recorded God Did It 12 times.
12 times.
Now listen, I can say that because she's one of mine. She's been one of mine. So whatever works for you works. But what I'm saying is, I think some artists just think when they had a good spell, it's immediately needed to do something else. Ride this way. Now, that don't mean exhaust us with this one thing, but that does mean stay in this avenue, milk it, nurture it, groom it, enhance it, and then graduate. Yes. To the next place. So if you were doing, $30 photo shoots before, that's cool. That's how we have to start. We only had $30. Let's go. But you know that if you spent $70 in Uber Eats this week, take that $70, cook in your refrigerator, and add that 70 to your 30 now. You know, it's everything, and then we get a better photo shoot. That doesn't mean we discredit who helped us along the way. It just shows that we have a level of graduation and expectation to go along. That's the art of maturity. If we're not doing that, then we've already messed up. So every person who aspires to be a manager, I pray that God gives you patience to deal with artists. That's the first thing. You got to make sure. The reason why I serve in my church is because it keeps me humble, because I know how to navigate a room, because I have to deal with 40 choir members that sometimes don't like the hits that I pick, that sometimes don't want to listen to my instruction. So I do that, and it keeps me humble. I'm not the headliner at church. I'm JeeMell at church, and they have no idea what it's doing to me. It's teaching me how to respond when I walk in the room with BET. Because there may be that one person at BET who might not like what I'm talking about. But I just deal with Sister Maddie at church. She didn't like what I was talking about. So I know I don't have to snap in this meeting. I know how I've handled Sister Maddie. So all of those things, grooming yourself and make sure you have the patience, make sure you have the skill set to do it. And then make sure you tell your artists, manager, I'm really talking to managers right now, but make sure you tell your artists, I can't do it all. We have to invest in the play. I can't be your publicist, your manager, your assistant. I can't do it all because I'm missing out of the focus of something else. So make sure that they know what to do and how they can help navigate you. If you're an administrator, make sure that you're punctual. Make sure that you know how to type a good email. I'm not the best typer, so I had to get somebody, to reread everything that I say, because I just say what come out my mouth. So, make sure they know that if you're an artist, make sure that you know your levels and your mics. That's other stuff in studying. Make sure that you know that when you walk, make sure you know your keys. Auntie Dorinda just fussed at me the other day. She said, you want to be a choir director and you don't know what key the Holy Ghost was in. And she fussed at me. She was like, but we at home. You got 3 months. Pull out that piano on your phone and get to studying this scale. So this is everything. I think all of us just need to be prepared to do it. So I would say, do the work and go and do the work. So once you've studied, once you've acquired, once you've gotten the knowledge, go out and do it. Take that faith, take that leap, and just do it, y'all. And because all of it, there's enough room in this industry, whether it's gospel, R&B, whatever you want to do, alternative, folk, country, it's enough room on the expressway for you to get to your destination. It is enough room. It is enough room on the
Shout me again here.
It is enough room on this
whole water bottle
to get to your destination. So you ain't got to look to, at one point in time, my problem, and I'm sorry I'm talking so long. I'm about to I competed with so many managers, because in gospel, let me be very respectful, there are not a lot of us, or there are not a lot of us that are working, regularly. So I don't want to say like I'm just the de la creme of management. That's not what I'm saying. But there are not a lot of managers. Like, this is what I do full time. This is not a hobby this is not a side hustle. This is how I live. Period. There's no in between. So I have to work. I work that hard, even with my mess ups, even with my downfalls, even with my hiccups, but I can't be looking at the person to my left in their BMW, and then the person to my right in their Benz trying to keep up. Because, baby, it don't matter. It's enough lanes on this expressway for me to get to where I got to go. It's enough room. Now, if we in ATL, we may get a little traffic, but, baby, we all going to our destination, period. So I can't look to the left or to the right. I got to go up here. I got to go up. So I don't care what you sing. I don't care what you do. Don't be intimidated by these other managers. Don't be intimidated by these other singers. Learn from what they've done. Apply it to you in some capacity. Not all habits you need to apply. So if you know that person not nice, but they got good wigs, take that. Apply that to you.
There you go.
That to you. If you know that person has bad wigs, but they nice, Take that, apply that to put that in your back pocket. If you know that person can't sing like you, but they got a good administrator, take that, put that in your pocket. So whatever it is, pull from, but don't get so caught up in, oh, they doing it. Oh, they got this. Oh, they singing this. Oh, they got this award show. Oh, they got this many followers. I ain't looking to my left or to my right. I'm looking ahead. It's enough room on this expressway, y'all. So like I said, I don't care what you sing, what you do. If you want to be an assistant, be the best assistant you can be. Just know what it is. Just know what it takes. Just know that if that's your art of serving, if that's how you serve, then learn. Serve at church. You know, ask the Lord to make a situation for you to be an adjutant or something. You know, you got to start to learn these things before you just go out there, because you can't just work for Erica Campbell just because today is Tuesday. You know, you got to be skilled and efficient and effective in this situation. So yeah, I know I've been talking, but that right there, that is what I have to tell the people. You got to do that.
Amazing advice, Jamel. We are going to bring you back for a part 2.
Oh yes,
please.
We're definitely going to bring you back for a part 2 because we need more of this. And I love how, I think because of your upbringing with the Clarks and the Shears and being in the Kojic, you got that kind of sternness. You know, you just gonna tell it like it is. It's like, which is good because we need, like, this generation. You know, this our people.
We're soft. We're very
soft. Yeah,
we're very soft.
We are so quick.
Shirley Caesar told us that God don't want no coward soldier. So why would you be a coward when it comes to ministry? Why would you be a punk? Why would you be soft when it comes to ministry? You ain't a punk. You ain't the punk when they trying to dog you out on that Instagram. You got a good courage there. You got good sustaining power there. You know, so why don't you be a bull in this business? You know what I'm saying? Be a bull in your administration. Be a bull in your how you look on these pictures. Be a bull in your graphics. Don't take cute pictures and bad graphics. Be the complete package. Study packages. Study. And don't be trying, and I'll say this, and I'll probably get in trouble. Don't try to be all the record executives' friends. Learn for what they have done and learn how to apply it to your brand and your structure. I think we get, as people, we get so comfortable and so common with everybody that says hey to us and that likes us. Take what they have taken on to make their career well and apply it to yourself. You know, that you ain't got to be everybody, because my grandma used to say everybody who laughs a giggle in your face is not your friend. So don't take it as you got to be their friend. Take it as God has afforded you an opportunity to gain something from them. That's how you have to look at it. Okay, I talked a lot. Please hold on, get trouble.
You have been awesome, JeeMell. We really appreciate all these nuggets.
I'm honored to be here. I'm honored so much. And thank y'all for being so nice. Jamaica, thank you for knowing how to inbox somebody. Let me tell you something. If more people knew how to say, hey, how are you? Hope all is well. Are you available? More people will respond. But because people get comment, they just get on your inbox like, hey, I got an interview. Oh, I got a show. Can you come do an interview with me? Because like they know people.
Right.
That's why people don't learn to respond. So I want to thank you and John for this amazing opportunity. I pray that God favors you all. And I pray that this just gets bigger and bigger and expand. And then you guys begin to get tour managers on here, and that you guys begin to get, you know, sound engineers on here to talk about how to have proper budgets. We're going on the road, have a logistics manager on here. I pray that God favors you guys with all of that so that this show can go on and continue to teach people and continue to provide an opportunity for people to learn.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, for taking us serious enough to come on the show, because you didn't have to respond. There's some people who haven't responded, and that's all right. I'm still
they're at home. They're at home.
They're at home
watching the show, just not saying nothing.
Like, let's see what they're doing on there. But you got anything else, John?
No, I just want to say thank you to JeeMell. And we are praying for your goals and endeavors, and praying that God blesses you abundantly. I mean, you're already blessed, but I am praying that all of your expectations God exceeds. You are so wise in what you do, and we need people like you that are going to fuss at us, but fuss at us with facts, fuss at us with faith, fuss at us like, and keep us like on track. Because there was a lot of stuff that you said today that I was like, ooh, I forgot. You know, I forgot about that. I do need to fix that. You know, I did mess up there. You know. And I think that it's good. Anybody who wants to grow has no problem with correction and has no problem with being just taught and applying it. So I just thank you so much. Be looking for the second date because we're going to bring you back for part 2.
I'm stealing that faith, facts, and focus. Oh
yeah.
I am taking that. When y'all see it on something, don't
inbox my t-shirt guy.
Get a little shit. Listen, we'll have a t-shirt on it tomorrow.
Let's get a TM on that right now.
I'm telling you, let's do it. That is amazing. So I'm so grateful.
I'm about to send my little text right now.
That's why I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the space. Anytime that y'all call me, I'm going to make myself available.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Bye.
Love you too, man.
Oh my God, that was the best.
That was amazing. Like, that was amazing. Everything that he said was so important. It was so vital. And it's so relevant to like where we're at right now, and like it's gonna take us so far. I'm gonna definitely replay this video back a couple times and just try to just really just take it all in because you know, in the moment, of course, we're excited and we're trying to get it all, but I want to just go back and listen and just watch it to really soak in everything that was said. It was amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in, and please share this video. Please tag people. Please send it to people's DMs and inboxes and all of that. And stay posted on what we have coming with the Sounds of Worship tour. Jamaica, you want to tell them how they can follow us and keep posted on what we got coming up?
You can follow us on Instagram at Sounds of Worship Tour. You can follow us on YouTube, Sounds of Worship Tour. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have videos that we have posted already. We'll be posting more. We have a lot coming this fall, a lot coming at the top of the year. So just follow us, like us, share us, tell your friends about us. If you know any independent artists that are looking to invest in their ministry, gospel artists, please have them come to our page, or they can email us at soultour@gmail.com. We just had a great show today. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. My name is Jamaica Tennille. I'm the founder of the Sounds of Worship Tour and creator of Tour Talk, and my great co-host John is our creative director of the Sounds of Worship Tour. So we just are blessed to be able to have some great guests, and we'll be definitely letting you all know who's going to be coming on later this week. So share the video. Remember, anywherefaith.com, mergemedia.com, Styles by Stacy, all those 3 small businesses have great products. We have the Pure J by Giovanna Mia, and I will make sure I put in the comments all the different places you can get all these different great items. Anything else, John?
Yes. Also, if you have, God lays it on your heart at all to be a blessing to what we are doing with the Sounds of Worship Tour, if this was a blessing to you, no matter what type of seed or donation or whatever it is, contribution that you could give, don't be hesitant to pour into this ministry. We are still trying to go. We are adapting, as JeeMell was talking about earlier. We're evolving with times, and we're still trying to keep ourselves presenting something to you that you can learn from, grow from, not just music, but things that you can apply to your own careers and things like that. So you can give to us by Cash App. It is the # SOWTOUR, which is Soul Tour. If God lays it on your heart to give anything, we definitely appreciate it, and we thank you for your contributions.
And all proceeds go towards the artists traveling and everything we do whenever we begin to travel again, and our productions, of course. We still will be having virtual productions while we're waiting to travel again. But anyway, this has been Tour Talk Tuesdays live with Jamaica Tennille and John. We are so blessed and grateful to have you watch us. Tune in next week. Share the video. See you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys. God bless.
Everybody, the Bible says that there is no other name given among men whereby we must be saved, and that name is Jesus. Can you shout Jesus in this place? What's his name? Come on, put those hands together with us. Hallelujah. Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning crowned one, God of everything, Father, Lord, and King. Jesus, precious Jesus, everybody. The Bible says that there is no other name given among men whereby we must be saved. And that name is Jesus. Can you shout Jesus in this place? What's his name? Come on, put those hands together with us. Hallelujah. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything, Father, Lord, and King. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything. Giver, sweet Redeemer, Father, Lord, and King, mighty Savior, strong deliverer, Father, Lord, and King. Praise the Lord, everybody. The Bible says that there is no other name given among men whereby we must be saved. And that name is Jesus. Can you shout Jesus in this place? What's his name? Come on, put those hands together with us. Hallelujah. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything, Father, Lord, and King. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, Father, Lord, and King, reigning, crowned one, God of everything, Father, Lord, gracious giver, sweet Redeemer, Father, Lord, and King, mighty Savior, strong deliverer, Father, Lord, and King.
Bye, y'all.